You know, on Upper Red Lake here, these contours, the structure is really subtle. The contours are really vague, and so we've been working along some of these contours. There's basically kind of a little bit of a hump, where we're just kind of working the edges of it and making big moves, drilling lots of holes, and we've eliminated a lot of water. We've probably covered 300 or 400 or 500 yards from where we started, and right on the end of it here, there's kind of a little bit of an inside turn here where it looks kind of fishy on the map. We're starting to see some life here. Seen a few fish come up on the ice here, so I think we're going to slow down in here now and just drill more holes through here and just kind of work it here and see what happens. All right.
Nice fish.
Got him.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, yes. Boy, it's a heavy fish. Wow, look at this. Hey, man, look at the jaws on that fish.
All day long.
Jason Mitchell Outdoors is brought to you by Shields, CRESTLINER, North Dakota Tourism, Blackfish, Cooper Chevrolet, Salmo, Travel Manitoba, Jason Mitchell Elite Series Fishing Rods, Vexilar, Clam,
Nice Red Lake eater. Man, he just stormed up. Missed him twice. He just kept coming back. This is a great eater on Red Lake. I'm gonna let this one go. I'll probably keep some fish later.
This week we're on Upper Red Lake and you just see all the fish houses out here. This is just a popular place to be, especially early ice, you know, December through January. Traditionally, some of the hottest walleye action you're gonna find as far as just catching numbers of fish. Lots of walleyes, shallow lake, fish bite all day. Really is a neat opportunity to just come out here and get your fix.
Using the rattle blade spoon. It's been kind of the hot ticket. Good fish. Good fish. Nice Red Lake walleye.
Now we've drilled a lot of holes and fished a lot of holes where there's just no signs of life, where we didn't have anything going on. And now we're starting to mark a few fish and catch a few fish.
Good fish. Good fish. That's what it's all about.
We're just gonna spend a little bit of time here and see if we can figure this out. But no method to the madness at times, in the sense that everything's so subtle and flat out. Just a big bowl out here, and these fish are just, you know, roaming these flats and contours, but these contours are so vague. You know, one new item that's really slick that'll help you catch fish is this glow ring from Vexilar. Basically, it plugs into your slot here where you can put a rod holder, and it just runs off your charging port, but it's got LED lights in the middle. And so you just dip your lure in, charges it up real quick, then just drop it down the hole. You know, Lake of the Woods, Red Lake, you know, place where you have dingy, dirty water, or of course after dark conditions when you're fishing for walleyes, fishing for eel pout, even panfish at times, where charging up your lures makes a big difference. And so places like Red Lake, you know, is definitely something you want to try or do. Probably the most frustrating element on Red Lake is the lack of structure. I mean, there's some obvious places like the center bar. You know, there's some contours that come off the shoreline, but you know, a lot of these contours are pretty vague. I mean, you've got one line on a contour map that represents a 1 foot contour, and so it's just very subtle, gradual sloping structure. and the fish just seem to follow those edges as a general rule of thumb. But one thing you'll notice is that people will pile up along spots, and it seems like as soon as you get a lot of commotion, where you just have a lot of activity, it just seems like that commotion just pushes these fish around. And so, you know, a lot of times you can go where the pack is, but just get off the edge of it and just try to figure out where those fish are pushing to, or just go out on spots where there isn't anybody. And typically that's what you have to do if you really want to be successful on Red Lake.
Ooh, nice fish. Oh, this is a beauty.
As a general rule of thumb, you know, you're going to typically, you know, see a lot of fish on your screen when you get on them. And, you know, these fish can be really aggressive. And so a lot of times, you know, we're fishing pretty aggressively with rattle baits and, you know, baits that are loud, that put off a lot of noise and flash. A lot of times this water can be a little dingy, can be a little dirty where there's color in the water. And so, you know, a lot of times it's just a matter of fishing so the fish can find you.
Bite's been really good up here on Upper Red Lake. Getting a lot of nice eaters today. Getting a couple fish over 18 that we just decided to let go and let them grow. You know, most of the day I spent really trying to focus on that bottom 2.5 to 3 feet. And I just rip and try to cause as much commotion as I can to try to draw in fish with that really murky water. Those rattle baits really can draw in fish. The extra flash can draw in fish. And then at times I would actually just rip my spoon up as high as 6 feet just in case there was a feeding fish that was aggressive and actively looking to find food in that 3 to 6 foot water column. And I'd rip, and next thing you know, a fish showed up 3 feet off the bottom, and it was chomp time.
Nice one.
Beauty.
That's a chunk. There we go. There we go. You know, these fish are roaming, they're moving, they're following these schools of shiners around, and the structure can be really gradual, but, you know, anything will attract fish. And with that being said, you know, even fishing along some of the big pressure ridges can be a really good bet. I think with a pressure ridge, I don't know if it's just it casts a shadow, I don't know what it is, or just a little bit of structure above the fish where the shiners accumulate. It doesn't take much sometimes just to concentrate and corral these fish. There we go. Yeah, look at there. Come here. Oh, look at that. Fish just swallowed it. Yeah, aggressive walleyes. That's why people come here.
I got a fish coming up. It feels like a fairly decent fish. Another nice Red Lake walleye. So the DNR have really focused on this fishery. You know, back in the early 2000s, there was hardly any walleyes. And they've really taken a big step into redeveloping Red Lake of the Red Lake of old. Constantly changing the regulations, making sure that the fish and this fishery is sustained for many years to come.